What's up, everyone? In today's video, what we're going to be doing is changing our code a little bit so we can get rid of some of this messiness here. So it's going to be really easy. What we're going to do first is scroll up to our struct where we had our character struct. Just go ahead and highlight all the stuff in here, copy it. I'm going to right click on source here, add new class, and player with a capital P. You can add one file at a time if you're using a different IDE. And remember, my version of Visual Studio, it doesn't put it in the folder, so I have to redrag it to source. We're just going to go ahead inside here and class player, we're going to put public with a colon, then paste those fields in here, and then under the pragma once, at the top of our player H header, we're going to include string, and we're going to include IOStream. There we go. Now what we're going to be doing is add just a little bit of functionality. So here at the bottom, underneath these variables, we're going to have a void SetClass. And it's going to take an int choice. And we're also going to have void CalculateStats. It doesn't take anything. So now we have these. You can create these. You can do it this way if you're using the same thing as me. Or you can just go into your player.cpp manually and do it. Now, what we're going to do is, I don't even think we need IOStream, but that's all right. In our void player set class, what we're going to do is just, let me see, I think we can copy some of this from main. Let's see. We can honestly just copy this. All those choices where we first created our character. So where's it at? Player.cpp. Just make sure your variable's name is choice. But now I'll show you a trick. If you click behind this and hold Alt, you can select multiple rows. And now I can just do the same thing by holding Alt and dragging. So we can delete all this player stuff. Player in the dot, since now it's an actual class. And boom. Now our variables are the same name. We can do the same thing. We'll worry about the name in a little bit. So right now we'll still do player, and we'll still do name equals hero, just for now. We'll fix this in a bit once we have some functionality going and it matters. So now in CalculateStats, we're going to do the same thing. This will be a shorter video. Instead of typing all this, we'll just copy this here. Go back into our player.cpp. We'll paste it. And the same thing as we did the other one, we're just going to delete the player. Like so. And I'll have to delete it from here as well. Because this, those fields are inside this class now, so we're not doing it directly. So we're not having to call from an instance to call this because it knows about the stats itself. So now we'll go back inside main here. And we can go ahead and delete our character player here. At the top, what we'll do is we'll include, make sure player.h. And now we can delete this character struct here as well. And now before it starts, we'll create player, lowercase like that. And that should fix our issues. So now, right now I'm going to leave this menu here. But now in character select, now we can delete all of this. And then we can just do player dot set class to choice, like so. And we kept the name of it as player lowercase, so we could still write this stuff out. But we could actually, let me see, yeah, we could actually make this even easier. So in our player class, let's see, player.h. I'm just naming this DisplayPickedCharacter. Create the signature for it. Also, I'm going to want to include our print function. And to get that, you know, it's the capital one, and you have to use these quotations. So now, in main, I can just go ahead and any of this that we wanted, I'm just going to cut it, Control X, bring this into the player CPP, paste it all. Now, everywhere where it does say player like that, we'll need to delete that. Now, we go back into our main. Now we can just do player dot display pick character. And now we enter in our continue choice, which right now we don't have anything for the continuing state, but everything should be much simpler now as long as we don't get no errors. See how this goes. Don't know why it minimizes. New game. Let's pick the Mage. You chose the Mage. All right, so after that, our player class went from being all that extra code in here. This is main menu, so this is fine. But for the character select, most of that has been changed as well. We could also put this inside a character select function if you wanted, but that's okay. I believe it's short enough. So in this video, we did everything we needed. Now it's a whole lot easier to deal with. In the next video, we'll decide what we're going to do next. And also, one last thing I forgot to do. This will make it a little bit easier. So what we can do is one last thing we can call CalculateStats right here. Inside our player class under SetClass, because we forgot to call that. Well, I forgot to call that. That's my fault. Now we'll run it. We'll pick our warrior. Boom, we can see. Now the stats are improved. Just make sure you call CalculateStats under SetClass, like inside that after all the else's and ifs. That way, after you pick your class, its health and stuff are done accordingly. Thank you. Sorry for the short update, and see you guys in the next video.